We need to vote and do it for purpose and not fun. If I not running bill way up and would I never let we down. I can't weed them, I test you must see jump PPPC. Not dull ear for not take care of stuff up in the slums. Guyana pretty, like a pretty set at ear for not bill it. He might take care of the city when election finish. Ear finally I win it, he might not gimmick. PPP legit. Vote for PPP fast. Is there? Vote for Irfan Ali.
Yo, tell me now. Them can't stop the progress. Like we not gonna learn. Whoop. AFC, NRC, APNU. I want to do them. Many are called, chosen is few. One Guyana, PPPC. Another 5 year. Gone clear. Them for now. Oh. Tell me why them want run up. Run up. Here finally, Jack Dio, them can't bad up, bad up. Sanction man feel like him go run the country. Never. PPP support a loyal. Not like dog. You fi vote here finally. Make we unite like. It's the Wally. Emancipation make we a free country. Yeah, I want do them. APNU, PNC. No. 5 years them destroy the country. Here we go. One Guyana we rolling. Oh, PPP's the only way. Oh, see. September 1st when you cast your focus it. Efran Ali, whoa. One Guyana we rolling. Oh, PPP's the only way. Oh, see. September 1st when you cast your focus it. Efran Ali, whoa. High time Guyana fi rise up. Up, President Ali we believe in the cup. Now the whole Caribbean see we economy up. PPP policies are woke. If you believe in progression, one Guyana. PPP is on a mission. We don't believe in segregation. Falling out them trap. A full time now the racist politics we start. Put Guyana up on top. One Guyana we rolling. Oh, PPP's the only way. Oh, see. September 1st when you cast your focus it. Efran Ali. Whoa. One Guyana we rolling. Oh, PPP's the only way. Oh, see. September 1st when you cast your focus it. Efran Ali. Whoa. This is a paid advertisement sponsored by the good folks of the PPPC.
Shaker HD Production.
Yeah, PPP Civic. Yeah, PPP Civic. Show them PPP ready. It's how these civic just do it. Ooh, show them how PPP sweet. Show them how PPP nice. Show them that this one guy enough for our hands up there and make some noise. Show them how PPP sweet. Show them how PPP nice. Show them that this one guy enough for our hands up there and make some noise. Party. PPPC is for everybody. So don't hot up your head. Don't worry yourself. This one guy enough for all. Welcome to the PPC capital. You see the red, you see the black, you see the yellow, and you don't know who is that. You see the red, you see the black, you see the yellow, and you don't know who is that. It's PPP Civic, put your hands up. PPP Civic, let we jump. It's PPP Civic, let we wave. It's PPP Civic, one Guyana, let we shout it. Show them how PPP sweet. Show them how PPP nice. Show them that this one Guyana for our hands up there and make some noise. Show them how PPP sweet. Show them how PPP nice. Show them that this one Guyana for our hands up there and make some noise. Party. PPPC is for everybody. So don't hot up your head. Don't worry yourself. This one Guyana for all. Welcome to the PPC capital. Show them PPP ready. It's how the civic just do it. Show them PPP ready. Show them PPP ready. It's how the civic just do it. Show them PPP ready. It's PPP Civic, put your hands up. PPP Civic, let we jump. It's PPP Civic, let we wave. It's PPP Civic, one Guyana, let we shout it. Show them how PPP sweet. Show them how PPP nice. Show them that this blaze up.
Country has music.
Blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze. Air finally pass through. Take a seat, cause the seats them can't lose. You can't see the next party confused. Don't talk about one term, I want two.
PPC and where the people them choose. If you not vote, the whole country gonna lose. If you wanna know who are the president for true, Earth and only him are the man for them true. Yeah, so vote up, vote up, vote up, vote, vote up, vote up, vote up, no, vote up, vote up, vote up, vote, vote up, vote up, vote up, vote.
It's election time again, and the only political party that have the Guyanese citizens at heart is the People's Progressive Party. We vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in. When PPP they in office, them just go straight to work, roll back on taxes, ease the burden, build back trust. House that for everybody, community rose bill, scholarship to open gate, training you to elevate. The farmers getting help, the Guyanese building wealth, the PPP working hard to build this nation strong. Job creation left and right, the PPP doing it right. Come election day, we vote in PPP again. We vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in. I say cup, you say up. Cup, up. When I say cup, you say up. Cup, up. When I say cup, you say up. Cup, up. When I say cup, you say up. Cup, up. You know, say, leadership you can trust and progress you can see. Forward together for a better Guyana. Everybody go out and vote PPPC. We vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in. And you don't know it's your boy Quincy Anderson on the microphone. Guyana, I'm out. Vote PPPC. Yeah, man. It's election time again, and the only political party that have the Guyanese citizens at heart is the People's Progressive Party. We vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we vote in PPPC, them is the only choice for we. Vote for progress, togetherness, prosperity. All we vote in. We vote PPPC, yeah. 5 more years, 5 more years on them. 5 more years on them. 5 more years on them. 5 more years. PPP winning this again. 5 more years on them. Let's all vibe. Give thanks for life. Irfan winning this again. PPP winning this again. 5 more years on them. Let's all vibe. Give thanks for life. Irfan winning this again. Progress must continue. Progress must continue, yeah. Progress must continue. Irfan winning it again, yeah.
Progress must continue. Progress must continue, yeah. Progress must continue. Irfan winning it again.
Good morning to you, and welcome to this special pre-elections episode of Livewire. Please bear with me, my voice is almost completely gone. But nevertheless, we have to continue. There's work to do, and we are here. We are here, right? So on your screen right now, morning to everybody across the diaspora. Morning to the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. And also a super duper good morning to those persons who tomorrow will go out and exercise their franchise and choose the next administration. I implore you to choose continuity, to look at the development that you've seen and multiply that. That is what we have in another 5 years with President Ali. This is just to give you an image of what it was like out at Lusignan last evening, right? Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of persons out there. Thousands of persons out there in support of President Ali. I mean, when you stand on the stage and you look out and you hear the roar of the crowd, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It reassures me that we have sensible Guyanese out there that are not willing to put Guyana's future at risk. Even if they don't vote for Team Win, you're putting Guyana's future at risk with an APNU, with an ALP, with a Forward Movement Guyana, with a waste of the AFC. Nothing of substance in the AFC currently. Nothing of substance. You hear me? A waste of your vote. So I am imploring all Guyanese, young and old, go out there tomorrow and ensure President Ali has a second term. He has been working for you. I know you can see it in your community. You may not have gotten the contract you wanted, but something in your community that was done to benefit you. Something was done to benefit the elderly. Something was done to benefit the future, the children. Think about that. Right? Now, since we run final rallies, as I said to you, this is a drone shot of what you're looking here is the carriageway that takes you up to Berbice. This is not the tarmac. This is the carriageway completely logged in with the One Guyana PVPC family, right? This is the road. That's how many people were there. You couldn't fit into the tarmac, right? Now, if you notice here on your screen, the drone turns, but there's still more persons up the road there. Now, this here is going on to the tarmac now, right? So they had trucks with people on them, elevated trucks, the whole tarmac there. right? It gave me goosebumps last night when I saw the support for President Ali. I go around the country and sometimes I hear disgruntled persons. And when you listen to their problem, it's usually personal. They cannot complain that their community has not been seeing development. But some persons are in selfish mode. So once something doesn't benefit them wholly and solely alone, they're not on board. Right? And there's somebody that is sharing out some short-term benefits, and a lot of persons are jumping to grab onto that. But you have to be cognizant of the future, the big picture, and how things will affect you in the future, right? Nevertheless, I wanted to change up this thing so much. So you had a view of the PPPC from a drone shot. Let me give you a bird's eye view to understand what I'm talking about, right? So this here is the another drone shot, but a photo to give you a better sense of what I'm talking about, right? To give you a better sense. And on this day, all parties brought out everybody that they have to support them. You understand? Everybody that they have to support them, they walk with. Every single party. So I was expecting to see something similar to this, given all the hullabaloo from Team Win. They did a poll. I don't know if it's the poll I'm sitting on, but they did a poll. 70%. They're leading, and they know it, and we know it, and all sorts of foolishness. You understand? They did a poll. Look at this foolishness here. Look at this. This is the Win final rally at the Marriott Beachfront. Let's flip back again. This is what your poll show you winning the elections. Let us see, for the sake of just saying it, that each political party only getting the votes are the people that go to the final meeting. Right? Let us say hypothetically, this is not how it works. You understand? But let us say hypothetically that each political party, the winner, it would be determined by the persons who showed up to your final rally. This is the PPP. This is Ask Mohammed. This is the APNU. So even them looking thin. And what I found was very laughable. And I think this is because Amanza brought on the false prophet onto her team. The false prophet is a waste. You hear me? And he couldn't even get his own Londoners to support him at the local government elections. So I don't know what impact Amanza Walton Desire was expecting the false prophet to have. This is Forward Guyana's final meeting. Look at this. Look at this. Not even a full half court. Amanza, will you rent up all them big speaker for? Look how they pack down. 2 speakers at the front of the stage, 1 at the back by the basketball court. For who? On a regular day, when people just go into Barnum Court to play basketball, Barnum Court does have more people. Tristan Schultz, my point is, Guyana has already spoken. They're not going to run behind a sanctioned individual. Case in point, they're not going to run behind complete, utter foolishness. Case in point on your screen. And they're not going to run behind irrelevance on your screen, Troy Schultz. That is my point. Guyanese are on board, as you can see, with development, with progress, with peace, prosperity. That is what they're interested in. And they showed that last night as they came out in their numbers to support a government that has been supporting them. Troy Schultz. You're so, you know, sometimes these guys just take me off of a thing, you know. But Troy Schultz, look at this profile photo. This idiot, Troy, working at Saipan. You understand me? Thank God for the PPP administration that put in the local content policy so your ungrateful self could go to work and wear the oil and gas people them symbol and make you big money. Idiot. Tristan. Idiot Tristan Schultz. Idiot. Now you go to Saipan's work and shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. This is what's upset me with some Guyanese. It is so clear how you have benefited and you're still walking around making yourself a damn idiot. They told you nothing about the 18,000. They did nothing in terms of securing Guyanese business with local content, with a local content policy. So Saipan would have probably bring their own people to work in Guyana and not hire you, Tristan, you idiot. And that is why I'm saying, Tristan, you should go out. You, more than all of us, because you are benefiting from an environment that has been conducive to your growth. You think them companies would have been here under the coalition? Most likely not. You think the coalition was going to come up with a local content policy to make sure Guyanese companies and Guyanese in general as citizens get these jobs? No, Raymond, I'm not going to block him. He's just so stupid and it upsets me. It upsets me. Because it's right in front of their face. It's right in front of your face. You're driving on it every day. You're getting it at the end of the month. Your grandmother and them getting it. Your children getting it. And these guys still out here talking a bunch of foolishness. Supporting people who, when they were in government, did nothing for Tristan's stupid behind. You're right. Thank you, Delan. Don't let me buy y'all. Oh, look. So yesterday, I got to tell y'all this story. Let me sidetrack for a minute. Hold on a second. So yesterday, right? I am heading to the Lusitania rally. People know I live over the river, so I'm heading out to get to the bridge. And y'all know, well, Guyanese, y'all know that if they got like a hole in the road, them youth men when school close and thing, they's going to find some big brick and break it up and put it in the hole so you could drive through. And it's got a little box collecting $20 or $100, wherever people give when they're passing. Right? Whatever people give when they're passing. So yesterday, whilst I was coming in, I saw a guy with a PPP jersey and a PPP hat, and a next guy with a Win jersey and a Win hat. And they got a stool in the middle of the road, right? And one got a box, the other got a box, and they're stopping people begging for money. They're pulling the road, ain't got no hole. It's not like they got bush on the side of the road that they're clearing away. They are literally doing nothing. Literally doing nothing. So when I was going in, I drive past them. I wasn't giving them my money. Drive past. So I'm coming out now. And I have a PPP flag on my car. And the guy in the PPP jersey saw me coming. So he pick up his box and he run in the road and he stick it out the box. So I'm looking at he like, okay, what am I giving you a top up for? You understand? You're not literally not doing anything. You're full in the hole. You're not. They got no hole in the road. The road is good. So as I passed, he started to abuse me because I wasn't stopping to give any money. So then I stopped and I went on the way. I said, man, but what am I giving you this money for? It's not like you're doing anything. So you're just out here begging. I just giving it to you because you're begging. Now, mind you, this is not an elderly person. This is not a person with a disability. This is a young, able-bodied Afro-Guyanese. Actually, all of them were Afro-Guyanese out there. The two in the jerseys, and they had some by a wash bay sitting there laughing, some women. I don't think they were involved. Anyway, so I said, man, what am I giving you this money for? No, as ghetto youths, you just don't understand. I said, ghetto youths, you gotta understand that they got jobs available now. People working hard for the money, so they want to know that they're giving it out for a cause. If you are less fortunate, homeless, something, they work at the wash bay right there. Harry, you see, those white people got to vote for. We got to vote for Mohammed's. I say, you vote for who the hell you want. You vote for who the hell you want. This is not about handouts. People putting a system in place that you can benefit. Ways and means. But you ain't want to put your shoulder to the wheel. You want to hold your hand out so people can just drop things, right? I went up a window on a driveway. I warmed up and I drove away. So, back to cricket. The majority of Guyanese have decided to operate with sense. They know that this team here offers nothing to them of substance. They were just in office and did nothing for them. All Boys Town, Sophia, Beirut, New Amsterdam, Linden, they did nothing for you. They did nothing for you. They didn't care about you. Places where President Ali go and walk, David Granger never go. He didn't have time with. So this is why they have this sort of support in Georgetown, some place that they in previous elections, they continue to win. But guess what? Guyanese understand what progress is and what nonsense is. What development is and what stagnation is. Guyanese understand that. More so, Guyanese understand we don't want to be running over to Suriname. We don't want to be running over to Brazil when this idiot who thinks he'll become president and puts all of us in the pressure. So even him couldn't get the full support of the Guyanese people. They have some Guyanese who prefer to not get themselves sweaty and just collect a blind. And unfortunately, this may be the bunch here. This may be the bunch here. But the rest of us understand what hard work is, what it is, so the feeling of accomplishment. And we like that. So we're not in the handouts game. And I keep telling these people, push come to shove, Mohammed has no time with y'all. Mohammed's going to run out of this country to Venezuela. You understand? And leave all of you in the pressure. Leave all of you in the pressure. All them people who bank account close. I hope y'all court case get here soon. Let me see what's the results. Let us see. You understand? But this is the turnout at Mohammed's. And look, Barnum Court. Oh my God. Amanza, you are not going back into the National Assembly. Amanza Walton Desire, you are not going back into the National Assembly. This is it for you, my dear. This is it.
Only you feel my body.
thing money can buy. Love you better go buy Dubai. Cock up and it cocky freely, try no shy. If you like when it at you like July. Me have a knife, feed your kid. Me a cut it in a two like cut eye. Sit down, girl, do one to eye. Bob Marley like bow.
You had space for dance. You had space to dance and spin around. Yes, Richard that didn't send no more duck curry. Oh my gosh. Oh. No more duck curry for you, Amanza. Listen, Amanza on a live the other day. I should have downloaded before Facebook deleted. Begging the people, y'all better vote me back into Parliament. You know, just talk and moan. You going back there, Amanza? Look, space on Burnham Court on a regular day when Georgetown youths just come to play basketball. There are more people on Burnham Court. Jesus Christ, Amanza, if I call a public meeting in me personal capacity, I think I can get more people to come out. Oh, Jesus. What is this? What is this? And you know, the AFC didn't have a final rally and the ALP didn't. But in my view, in my opinion, I think that their turnout would have probably been worse than Amanza. Because I want y'all to take this into consideration, you know. Amanza turnout here is the grouping of Forward Movement Guyana, VPAC, and the False Prophets Party in Linden. This is the amount of persons 3 political parties that came together could muster. You understand? 3 political parties. Let me go back to something here now again. And I just want to hammer it home for your understanding. This crowd here is not APNU alone. This is PNC, this is WPA, this is the Leon Sal Rasta Party. A couple of them well in here. And this is what they mustered. This is one party. Team sanction. This is what team sanction mustered. One party. And they did better than the APNU coalition. They did better than the Forward Movement coalition. But, oh God, the PPP and mix up and in nothing. 1 PPPC, never 2. 1 PPPC, never 2. And that is what they need to understand. Look at that support. Look at that support. Look at it. Look at it. Now, I seen our boy Travis has informed us of the news. You understand? You gotta understand that this guy got a lot of connections, you know. This guy got a lot of connections. So he's get all this information first. Right? He's get all this information first. Now, to all the persons who feel like this is something to be proud about, let me say this to you. The only reason they didn't announce her is because Ass wanted all the attention for himself. If you notice, other parties and their presidential candidates have to share a stage or share the spotlight with the prime ministerial candidate. And Ass is not capable of that. It's part of the narcissistic behavior that he often exhibits. Now, Tabitha, you hear me? Tabitha is a serial party hopper. You know, you got serial killer and serial wherever. She's a serial party hopper. In just 5 years, Tabitha Sarabo Haley shifted through 4 different parties. I don't know if that is warranted of the term knockabout. Tabitha cycled through 4 different political parties, and that's to show you her loyalty is to no one. Tabitha will move wherever she sees a benefit for herself. Tabitha jumped from WPA to AP and UAFC to GNBM, and now she in win. No loyalty, it shows. No consistency. No clear vision. Only opportunism. Tabitha Sarabu Haley is an opportunist. If she cannot commit to one party, how can she commit to leading a nation? So anything happen with me, she can run to another country. I want citizenship over here. You tried it. Moreover, Tabitha Sarabu Haley is a failed minister. Let's discuss her failed ministerial record. Right? As Minister of Public Service, 2019 to 2020, her first major act as a Minister of Government towards the people of Guyana, who she's supposed to love, who she's supposed to be serving as a person elected to office. Her first major act was to unlawfully, illegally fire several employees without cause. Tabitha Sarabu Haley. Knock off the people. Joe them have to go and hire back the people and say, Tabitha, what's you doing, girl? What's wrong with you, girl? You bumps your head. Your meditation scatter. What you doing, Tabitha? You making me look bad more than we making ourselves look bad. Harmon have to come and tell you, girl, the points. Hire back them people. Right? A board of inquiry later confirmed that her actions were unlawful. And these are the people talking to you about corruption and breaking law. The people who act unlawfully, get themselves salary increase, get themselves contract, selling out the firearm license and all kind of thing. And they come to tell you about corruption and this and that. Get away from here. No, this is another example of the poor judgment of us, of his authoritarian instincts, and a disregard for due process. These are dangerous qualities in any leader. Now let's look at her tainted political judgment. No, Tabitha is supposed to be a girl that big and got sense. She has now aligned herself quite stupidly with a US sanctioned businessman in us, who's under the Magnitsky, it's Lord Jesus Christ, Magnitsky sanctions. You understand me? Her father is disappointed. You notice David Hines stopped calling people all kind of names since he got to go over there. Because he can go call she the top. So he ease up. This officially confirms the deep links between the winning party, the APNU, and the AFC elements, and undermines more now Tabitha's credibility. So don't think that Tabitha and Don and whoever else, it's Tabitha, Don, and Tabitha, Don. They're another APNU person, the man. Tabitha, Don, somebody else there from the APNU. I can't remember his who. You understand? I can't remember his who. Tabitha, Don. somebody else. Anyway, at the end of the day, capital, meditation gone. Guyanese have no real achievements to look at to gauge capital. In her short time as minister, she left behind no meaningful reforms, no policy, no legacy. And as you heard on this campaign trail, no legacy is something in line with the PNC and these opposition parties. No legacy. No legacy. Yet Natasha St. Louis, thank you guys. I know it was more than just two of them, right? So don't think that these guys left the PNC to go over there. They realized the work of the PPP, and they realized that the PPP has gained votes from traditionally from Afro-Guyanese communities that would traditionally support the PNC. So their aim was to split the vote, get T. Mohammeds to come in and capture that vote that was supposed to come to the PPP. But as you heard, a lot of persons explained it backfire on them. So what they did know when they realized that T. Mohammed collecting all of their support base, they send over some of their people there, Capital, Natasha, and Don, to help him to shepherd those people. You understand? So, Tabitha, here, I think you'd make a bad prime ministerial candidate. I think us is baiting you for something, so watch yourself. Right? So again, as I'm saying, Capital, unlike our prime ministerial candidate, former brigadier, head of the Guyana Defense Force, Capital has nothing behind her of substance. Not a reform, no policy, no initiative, plain and simple, no legacy. Her tenure is remembered by controversy, Tabitha Serabo Haley, firings, Tabitha Serabo Haley. And those are the same people who like to talk about victimization and chaos. That is synonymous with Tabitha. Right? So, what you have in the Win Party is the new face of old politics. You catch what I'm saying there? It's a new face of old politics. Win is trying to package Tabitha as someone new. But in reality, she's a recycled APNU AFC minister with a failed track record. If this is Win's idea of leadership, it proves they are desperate and out of touch with what Guyanese really want. And what is that as? Development, stability, proven leadership. And we don't get that in a Tabitha Serabo Haley. We have that in a President Irfan Ali. We have that in a Prime Minister, Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips. We have that in a Vice President, Dr. Bart Jagdeo, and the ministers of their cabinet. Right? That is what we have. Now, guys, so look who been on the Win stage. Look who been on the Win stage. Look who show up. Shelly. Look, You're making joke. You're making joke with these people. I didn't post this video because I just wanted Guyanese to understand the Mohammeds are willing to place all of us at risk. Right? I just wanted it to soak in from other areas because people say I run in behind the Mohammeds, I depend on them all the time and things like I didn't want you to look at it from elsewhere. Right? They said there was no video. The video has surfaced. The video has surfaced. So if y'all had any doubts in your mind, this should have cleared it up for you. And you understand what these people here are about. I saw Ass did an interview, and the interviewer was this Mook Odessa Primus. You could believe, you could, y'all just understand where I'm coming from. Could you imagine, and I see the PNC just do it too. Could you imagine if Dr. Jagdio sit down with Minister McCoy for Minister McCoy to interview him? How people would go on. That makes sense. You is he, he's you. So Odessa is not going to ask you questions that the Guyanese want to hear. Odessa is not going to ask you about the video of your father leaving the embassy when y'all say y'all ain't being there. Guyanese ass and the shell that the ass fell out of, their only interest is to save their own asses. I don't know what Guyanese need to see more to realize. Honest to God, don't know. Right? What more Guyanese need to see to realize that these guys don't give a darn about y'all? Odessa is already on the sinking ship. She barely got her chin above water. So she said, forget her going down with the boat. She knows that these people have enough money to support her for a long time. So she's like, forget her going down with the boat. Shell has not come out since this video has been published to say what he was doing there. Why would the ambassador lie to the Minister of Foreign Affairs? That does cause diplomatic issues. The Mohammeds have been lying to Guyanese since their sanctions kicked in. You notice they ain't got no other place since the Barbados trip. You realize. And we are all still waiting. It doesn't seem like Travis Chase sanctions coming out before the elections tomorrow. It doesn't seem like Travis Chase sanctions coming out before the elections tomorrow. Nevertheless, before I wrap up this live broadcast, I must share one more video with you so that you Guyanese at home here, across the regions, and in the diaspora can have a clear understanding of what Team As Win Mohammed's is working with. And the level of stupidity in this group is astonishing, because it's literally they just put out all the information that incriminates them. That's what they do. So if you remember, As is the one who put out the GRE information that trigger them to reassess the Lamborghini prices and them kind of thing. Right? Team Win is who put out the video at Coffee Square when Doggy beat up the woman with the gun. Brian Max is the one who lose the video first with Critic. Critic Agua just did okay. Right? Now, look at this.
Clean people.
Huh?
You used to have food for we. Clean people.
Huh?
Good man.
Yeah. Oh, what's it?
How we want?
This here, if you don't know, this is Ask God. This is Ask God. Right? So persons at the rally, they're asking Doggy for food. They're there, they're hungry. I don't know who promised them food or what, but they're there and they're hungry. Listen, I want you to listen to the audio. Listen to the audio.
You used to have food for we. Clean people.
Huh?
Good man.
Yeah. Oh, what's it?
How we want Compton Cocoa?
Oh, with the party. Come on with the party. They bring Compton Cocoa up earlier. They bring Compton Cocoa up earlier. You just got to eat Compton Cocoa when you're at home. You can't eat Compton Cocoa on the road. You understand? I don't know if it get better now, but back in the day, Compton Cocoa is when you reach in and you got access to the facilities in your house, just beat a Compton. If you beat a Compton while on the road, you might look into it. Right? You might be looking thin and you might soil yourself. But let me continue. I want you to listen to the audio. I'm starting it from the beginning again. Listen to the audio.
You used to have food for we. Clean people.
Huh?
Good man.
Yeah. Oh, what's it?
How we want Compton Cocoa?
Oh, with the parts. Come on with the parts right there. Where the parts walking there?
Where the money there? Where we going?
Again, you hear the man? Where is our money? These guys are promising persons money to secure votes. Where is GCOM? How is this not an issue for GCOM? These people were literally walking around the place Just a second, people. Walking around the place, offering money to people in indigenous areas to secure votes. This is against the law. Listen again.
We want Compton Cocoa.
Oh, with the parts. Come on with the parts right there. Where the parts walking there?
Where the money there? Where we going? I want to pay them like we never wait till tomorrow.
You understand? So that person is talking about today. Sunil Bagwadin, I'll give my comments on this before I wrap up. I was at the public meeting, and I'll give my opinion on the comment before I wrap up. Thank you for asking. Right? So yeah. So they are promising persons money to vote for Team Mohammed's. Money supposed to pay out today. Me boy wanted the money since last night. Right?
I'm here tonight, son. We ever wait till tomorrow. Yeah.
So this is on a live. This is on a live. Right? Now, as Sunil asked just now, my take on what the Attorney General said. I was there along with other Afro-Guyanese, and I think we understood what was brought out. So I didn't feel offended by it. But when I heard it, I thought that some persons may want to use it in the wrong way. Now, to be clear, the Attorney General was not calling Afro-Guyanese house slaves out there. He was saying that Coffee is a national hero of Guyana. Right? The Attorney General said that Coffee is a national hero of Guyana. And Coffee was a house slave. That is what he said. Coffee is a national hero of Guyana. He's our national hero. And that Coffee was a house slave. It may be a matter of fact. I don't know whether Coffee used to work in the field or in the house. I don't know. And maybe I need to find out if Coffee was a house slave for true. Right? I may need to find out if Coffee was a house slave. So what the Attorney General was saying is, one, Coffee is a national hero of Guyana. Two, Coffee was a house slave. And three, if they call you a house slave, as in me, an Afro-Guyanese, who get called a house slave by fellow Afro-Guyanese, most likely persons out there of Afro-Guyanese descent at that meeting would have been called house slaves by other Afro-Guyanese. So his point was, if they call you a house slave, you should not feel bad because our national hero Coffee was a house slave. That is what was said. Right? The part where he spoke about, I think he said big batty Africans or whatever it is, he was speaking about things that Afro-Guyanese say to other Afro-Guyanese. And could you imagine the testicular fortitude of Nigel Hughes, who didn't utter a word, who did not utter a word when Doggy beat that Afro-Guyanese woman in front of our hero Coffee. But he here with the Attorney General said, tell at Stabrook Market, and Coffee stood right there as a witness to Doggy lashing up this woman in her head. And not a word from waste of a Nigel Hughes. You notice he don't talk about his wife and she contracts and them kind of thing. Oh, my wife was doing business with the government even before the AP and UAFC came into. We don't want to hear about that. We don't care what she's doing. It's a conflict of interest for her to give herself contracts. That's what we're talking about, Nigel. So, again, I was at the meeting. I heard firsthand and the context in which the Attorney General made his statement. And I did not take offense to it because I understood what he was saying. And the same people who are creating a hullabaloo are the same people who are around others who call Afro-Guyanese just like me house slaves, soup drinker, slave catcher, all kind of thing. And they have Nigel Hughes never pull up David Hines. Never pull up David Hines with a bunkum that he's go around talking. Never pull up David Hines. And you come in to tell people about what? The Attorney General didn't make a racist statement. He said, be proud of them calling you a house slave because our national hero was a house slave. You understand? So that is my take on the Attorney General's statement and like a silly season. So they will take anything. They will take anything and try to blow it out of proportion. Well, obviously, Sunil, he would have to apologize because at the end of the day, you can't determine how somebody feels about something you say, and if they take offense to it, the most natural thing to do is to say, I apologize if you misunderstand what I said. But I hope that I brought some clarity here to you guys. You understand? And every time that David Hines is on, y'all tag Nigel Hughes in his show so he could listen to what he says and offer some commentary. You understand? Offer some commentary. But I like I said, I hope I brought some clarity to what the Attorney General said. And we could move on. I personally don't think, don't let me say that. There's a broad statement. I don't think that sensible Afro-Guyanese who don't have an agenda took that statement the wrong way. Right? So there are some stupid Guyanese who will not take the time to understand what was said. And then they have some Guyanese who have an agenda, like Nigel Hughes and persons in the opposition, and they want to drum up emotional feelings in Afro-Guyanese. So they'll put it and frame it in their own way, right? But you go back and listen to what he said. He was talking about how Afro-Guyanese treat other Afro-Guyanese because their views don't align, and in terms of political support. I will give you one more story. So on the same day of that rally at public meeting, I went to Bounty to buy some Bounty. I have a serious perspiration issue. As soon as the sun wink at me, I soak in wet with sweat. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, so I go and buy my Bounty, and I coming back to go to the place there. And a lady asked me if me shame, I got on the thing, and what they're doing to black people and stuff. She forget that she skites do an interview with me when she go to the Ministry of Human Services and Social Protection and get help to start a little business on the road right there where she's selling. So you know my stories go. You abusing, but these people in the marketing know that you went and collect the government money to start your business. So I let her know right there, say, you remember me? When you're selling brown panty alone and you go to the Ministry of Human Services and get the loan, not the loan, the grant. Not me, she going on. But I remember her. I did the interview. And you know, if it's the time, if I had staff to go and sit down and look for them video, by God, I would get somebody to do it. But me going to sit down and look back for them. But I remembered her because she was praising the government. Oh, we can do this. I gotta save money to expand the business. I gotta help my mind with children. She going on and on. Now you're ready for cost the government. Now your business established. You know what they say? One time, she was just after. Now after, establish. Now she's a big girl. She abusing and going on. She established. So she abusing. It's crazy. It is crazy. Guys, I out of here. Tomorrow, as early as possible, I am imploring every Guyanese of voting age to go out and mark your X next to the People's Progressive Party 7. On this day, as a free Guyanese, I'm encouraging you to support something that will support you. Morning to you, Ganesh. I hope you're well and in good spirits. Ganesh Rambali. I'm imploring you to go and support President Ali. We know what an APNU administration brings. We know what a forward Guyana administration brings because they came from the same place. We know what an ALP administration brings because they came from the same place. We know what our future would be with sanctioned persons at the head of our country. So all right thinking Guyanese, I am begging you, go out there tomorrow, put your X next to the cup, ensure our continued peace, our continued prosperity, and the continued progress of this country under the PPP and under President Ali. Right? Very soon, very shortly, we will be reinstating President Ali's mandate to lead this country into the future. Very soon, very shortly. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Please be safe on the roadways. I got a headache. I got to go and get a painkiller. Nevertheless, thank you for being here with me this morning. We usually don't do a Sunday show, but because the elections are around the corner, I'm here to spend that little extra time with you to show you what's going on out there and to probably help you make that decision that I don't know how you could have two minds, given what we've seen, given what we experienced before, given what we know people going through and what they're trying to put on us as Guyanese. Use us as the shield. Every time I look at us, I see Pablo Escobar and I see Jim Jones. I swear to you. I see Pablo Escobar and I see Jim Jones. Every time I look at us. Especially when he got on them big shades. Carbon copy of Jim Jones. Literally. To all my viewers, thank you for your support. Please be safe out there tomorrow. Don't be on the road too unnecessary tomorrow. The Guyana police force is out in their numbers to ensure the maintenance of law and order and peace in this society. So don't be on the road unnecessary. Any stupidness happening on the road, you want to look at it from your Facebook or your TV at home. Don't go stand up on the road, play you looking at them when the police are asking you to move. You tell them you're involved in nothing and thing. Stay home when you finish voting. Go back home and relax yourself. Please, go back home and relax yourself. Let me listen for the results. Right? Get out early, vote, go back home. That's it for me. And as I usually say, before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about
blaze up,
Country
blaze
Hat
up,
Music.
blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze up, blaze up. Earth finally pass through. Take a seat, cause the seats them can't lose. You can't see the next party confused. Don't talk about one term, I want two. PPC, where the people them choose. If you not vote, the whole country gonna lose. If you want to know who are the president for true, Earth finally aim at the man for them true. Yeah, so vote up, vote up, vote up, vote, vote up, vote up, vote up, no, vote up, vote up, vote up, vote, vote up, vote up, vote up, vote.
Hear from the people them love. Hear from them love. Hear from Ali them love. He said, hear from Ali at the boss.
Oh, you dealing with the boss?
PPP coulda never take a loss. We have vote for PPP fast. Any problem, hear from fix them. Him them no make way off it talk. Original party, I never none knock off. Is there? We need to vote and do it for purpose and not for if I not running bill way up and would I never let we down. I can't weed them, I test your must.
When we roll, we don't roll alone. So anyway, that we go.
Like a pretty set at here for a bill it. He might take care of the city when election finish. Here finally I win it. He might no gimmick. PPP legit. Vote for PPP fast. Is there? Vote for Irfan Ali.